Hello and welcome to this episode of Peak Life. We've got one of my favorite topics here today. We're talking all things Girl Scouts with the CEO of Girl Scout Council of Colonial Coast, Tracy Keller. Thanks for being here, Tracy.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here today.
I love talking Girl Scouts for so many reasons, not just because I eat the cookies, but I am a former Girl Scout and I used to work with you. So this is like speaking my language. I'm so excited to jump into it. Tell me real quick how you got into this position. I mean, you are literally the head Girl Scout for a very large region.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I am a Girl Scout, just like you, a lifelong Girl Scout. My mother put me in Girl Scout brownies when I was in first grade, and I have been a Girl Scout ever since. I am super proud that my daughters are now the fourth generation Girl Scouts in our family. And so it's part of a legacy in our family, but what I love about Girl Scouts is it's always relevant to the needs of today's girls.
Yeah.
And so while my girls do similar things that I did, it's really what they need today. So I've been in Girl Scouting forever. I never considered it as a career until the opportunity happened. And I am just proud to say that Girl Scouting made me who I am as a leader, and not just as a girl, but as a young professional, and encouraged me to continue my education and try new things and build my courage, confidence, and character. So I actually started working at the council in '97 as a data entry clerk, went back to school, and then continued to proceed through the leadership ranks. And I've held this position since 2004, and it really is the best job.
Oh, I love that. You talk about, you kind of talked about the courage and confidence, character, and leadership. So tell me, what is Girl Scouting today in 2021? What does that mean for our girls?
So Girl Scouting has always been about leadership, and it continues to very much be about leadership. We want girls to find their niche, find out who they are, discover their self, understand what they think is important to them in the world, connect with the resources in the community, and then figure out ways that they can take action to make our community a better place. And so we take girls through all topics. We do one thing, we serve girls, but within that, we serve girls in the way that they choose to be served, with the topics that they want to learn about and the things that they want to do. And so we have badges just through life skills, so a lot of things that people know us about. We also cover entrepreneurship, financial literacy, outdoors is critically important, and also STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And within all of those topics, there's leadership development and a leadership component.
I love the service project part of it. Every single Girl Scout is somehow involved in serving their community, which is just such a beautiful piece of Girl Scouting. So tell me a little bit about how the troops and the individual girls get involved in serving their community.
So it's important. What's important to her is what is important to us. And so as girls develop and they learn about their community, maybe they're Girl Scout daisies, they're just in kindergarten, first grade, or second grade, and they're learning about food insecurity, and then they do a food drive. Or maybe they learn about literacy, and they learn that some of their friends might not have books like they have at home. Or maybe they're concerned about healthcare and those who are taking care of our community, and they want to give back to those folks who take care of us. A lot of girls also want to meet their police and fire folks in our community and figure out how they can help them. But it's really what the girl's passion is. And then we encourage her to develop her service project around what's important to her in the way that she feels she can make the biggest difference.
I remember that even from my time, which was just like a few years ago at this point. But we were very, we were not necessarily the group of Girl Scouts who was gonna go, survivalist camping in the woods. Like, we went to hotels. We were a little troop Beverly Hills, but there was a route carved out for us within Girl Scouts that was okay. We could kind of still have that leadership experience, even though we really didn't want to like get bug bites out in the woods all the time. So I think that girls today would be very surprised by the opportunities available to them in Girl Scouting.
Yes, absolutely. If we just look at that, building that courage and that confidence, trying something new, maybe going somewhere you hadn't been, but you got to do that with your troop. But the important thing is I'm going to bet that you probably sat with your troop and your troop leader and you planned that trip. And then you had to learn how to budget for that trip. And then you had to learn how to make all the puzzle pieces come together. And then you really got to enjoy what you created. And so for you, it might have been a hotel experience at a beach resort. I'm not sure. For other girls, it may be backpacking through the Shenandoah. For other girls, this summer, we have an entire a cadre of girls, not just from our council, but from all over the country, meeting here in Chesapeake to spend a couple days together, and then they're going to spend their summer the next week in the Galapagos Islands, learning about the environment, having a lot of fun. But those girls earn that trip, and they work hard to make it happen. And a lot of it is because they're cookie entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so, that's of course what everybody thinks about when they think of Girl Scouts. They think cookies. But there really is a kind of a means to an end here when the girls are knocking on your door asking if you want Thin Mints. They're really working it so that they can fulfill that budget to take these amazing opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. And the important thing is all the cookie money is local funds that support our community. So a lot of our girls will set a goal for their cookie box because we want them to learn about goal setting. But that cookie goal is maybe because they want to earn something. It may be because they have a troop goal to go do something fun somewhere. And it also could very much be the money that they use to fund their troop efforts and their community service projects. So the cookie money really is all local money that stays right here in our council. The council proceeds ensure that all of our 5 camp properties stay relevant and safe for girls, and also supports the adult development and the training and all of the back end of Girl Scouting. So the cookie is very powerful. And in young girls, it's really great because through cookies, they can learn some people skills. They learn about ethics. They learn about money management. And they also learn about philanthropy and giving back.
You mentioned briefly about volunteer training and development. Talk to me a little bit about how volunteers are used in the Girl Scout arena.
Well, there's a ton of roles in Girl Scouting that we need volunteers. Our council actually has over 4,000 adult members.
Wow.
And many of those are incredibly active volunteers. And just like Girl Scouting for Girls, where we want girls to find what niche fits them, we want our volunteers to be able to share their strengths as well. So of course, we're always looking for troop leaders to help lead and guide girls. But we also use episodic volunteers to help as outdoor facilitators. So if someone has a passion for the outdoors, maybe backpacking, canoeing, archery, axe throwing, we need facilitators who just lead girls through those activities. Some of them are in the evening, some of them are on weekends, but it allows somebody who's very passionate about the outdoors to give back to girls. We also have folks that help us through the cookie program, whether it be moving the cookies around and getting them into the cars of the troops as a one-time opportunity, all the way through the program.
So it sounds like same as with girls, as with adults, you don't have to necessarily sign on to be in a troop, be a troop leader, be meeting once a week. It sounds like there's a lot of flexibility because a lot of people are very busy. So.
Well, and it's also program specific. So specifically with our STEM badges and our new science badges and engineering and technology badges. I mean, we have robotics badges, cybersecurity badges, and we're not the experts in everything. So we need to connect with the experts in the community who are. So if they could come in and help go through the curriculum with our girls, then that's help transfer the knowledge to the next generation of young leaders in STEM. Our leaders may shy away from those badges because they don't have the confidence themselves. So it's a great way to bring in a company or someone from the community who has expertise in that area. Do that once or twice a year with a group of girls.
So let's talk briefly. You have a beautiful location right here in the heart of Chesapeake, complete with water, wildlife, the outback. Tell me a little bit about A Place for Girls.
So Place for Girls is kind of our geographic headquarters because our council reaches from Gloucester all the way down to Ocracoke Island in North Carolina. And so that's a bit of the center area. So it's our headquarters upstairs, but it truly is a place for girls downstairs. It has program rooms, it has overnight space, it has everything. So whether girls want to do arts and crafts or if they want to do science, we're ready. In the outback, it's about 8 acres. It's all protected wetlands, so it's incredible to go back there and explore nature. Part of our role is to help girls be robust with technology skills and STEM, but we also want girls to know about the importance of getting outdoors and being in nature. So because we're in the heart of Chesapeake, it's real easy for girls to come there. We've got canoes, kayaks, we've got observation tower, we have trails, we have fitness equipment, we have picnic shelters, we have archery, and we have a pool. And so whatever, again, the girls want to explore, we have it. But I love the fact that they can get outside in nature in such an accessible way and explore. We're actually part of the Virginia Birding and Wildlife Trail, so there's some unique creatures out there that they can look for and learn about as well.
I love that. There's a little bit of something for every kind of girl.
Absolutely. And back to your hotel space,
yes.
We have the Troop House right next door where girls can spend the night. So if they're not quite ready for tent camping, or maybe that's just not going to be their thing, we have bunk space for about 20 right there.
Now we're talking. I like it. Tracy, thank you so much for everything that you do for our community here in Chesapeake and beyond, and especially for our girls. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us today.
That does it for this episode of Peak Life. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.